You gotta pay mind to liquidity when you're trading on a DEX. What's up, my crypto heads? It's the Scaredy Cat Guide, and we're talking about decentralized exchanges, also known as DEXs. So, crypto, still a growing industry. People forget that. We're only about a decade or so into this, and DEXs are really only a few years old. So, there's not a lot of liquidity and volume on these very often, especially if they're specific to one chain or just, new. And what can happen is you can find yourself with some really bad fills, like this candle right here. This was one person, and what happened is they put a large market order on the book, and it basically wiped out the whole entire bid side. So you have the bid and the ask, and the order book on the bid side, which has orders and goes down to all sorts of prices. This big order cleared it out. So you see this drop, right? Price got cut in half. So that person saw fills all the way down. Therefore, they ended up with a lot less money than they thought they were going to get, because they weren't selling at the current price. They sold at prices all the way down, and some of those prices were literally cut in half. So when you're trading on a DEX, be sure you pay attention to how much volume and liquidity there is, and take a look at the order book and see, is there sizable bids and asks to eat up the orders I want to put in. But more importantly, just put in a limit order. Don't put in market orders. Put in a limit order, and then this would not have happened. Yeah, you would have only gotten filled on a small percentage of it, but then your order would have sat out there, and it kind of slowly got picked away by buyers if, in this case, you're selling. So pay mind to volume on these DEXs, because I'm going to quote Spider-Man, with greater power comes greater responsibility. And that's what you get with DEXs. You get more freedom with your money, you get more power, but you have to pay attention to things like this, because unlike a centralized exchange, there's not always going to be a ton of volume or liquidity that is usually even guaranteed by a lot of these centralized exchanges. So there's pros and cons to everything, but you got to be in the know, right? Knowledge is power. That's my 2 cents. Scaredy Cat out.